Morning. Today I wanted to talk about what actually happens when you put out your moon water and then you drink it the next day. After you start drinking your moon water is that whatever intention was in the moon water that you created, so for example mine was that this Aries / Pisces, it's Aries in tropical and Pisces in Vedic astrology, which is actually my moon sign. So it's whenever you get a full moon in your moon sign, you're going to feel it and you're going to feel more connected to it. It's going to really call to you. If it's not in your moon sign, it might be a full moon that you ignore, whatever. This is a super moon anyway, so I don't think anybody could ignore this one. But what happens is that intention is basically an agreement between you and the moon. And then by leaving your water out in that moonlight, the moon is essentially giving codes to your water. And if you've ever seen Dr. Emoto's water experiment, you know that just by talking to your water, literally talking to anything actually, but by talking to your water specifically, you can program it and it reacts to what we say. When you drink the water, is that this code is now programmed and supercharged, thank you to Luna, into your cells, because you are mostly water. Are you not? You are. So this intention with Luna's codes are now going to be in your cells when you drink the water, and therefore that now is going to be what you express. So now I personally, because of my intention, I'm going to have an easier time letting go of the things that are not moving me forward, that are not in alignment with where I want to be. Okay? And something else that I did that I didn't mention in the video is that after I set out my moon water, I did a little meditation with Luna. You can still do this tonight because the full moon is about, 3-4 days of really strong influence. And what I did is I just sat out in the moonlight and I did my regular grounding cord, which is from the galactic core through my body all the way down into Gaia's core. If you've never heard that before, don't worry about it. Just do a grounding cord into the center of Earth. And from there, I visualized, but it was very instant, a tunnel. Usually I see lines fairly often, or pillars of light is kind of what I work with the most, but this was a tunnel from the moon. And maybe it's because when I'm envisioning the pillar, I'm not looking through it, and so it looked like a tunnel to me because of where the moon was, kind of ahead of me. I could see the tunnel spinning and coming towards me, and it went into my third eye. Okay, so then when it went into my third eye, Luna told me to visualize a scene of where I want to go and who I want to be. Okay, so, I'm not gonna give the whole thing away, but you can have a certain scene, and I do have a certain scene, and that certain scene, I'm outside, I'm with Ruben and my cat, and and in this scene she was like, okay, you're gonna be where you want to be. Imagine what it feels like, imagine the sounds, the smell, the feeling, the kind of set the whole scene. And then how she kind of locked it in for me was now in this scene you're looking at the moon as well. So same moon, obviously, but different setting, different country, I think. And she was like, okay, so now that this scene is the code that we're working with, now this water that I'm drinking is basically stripping away anything that doesn't align with that visualization that I've done that is my ideal reality. and really where I'm going. And it's where I've always been going, but I feel like some of the habits that I have been kind of delaying it, longer than it needed to be delayed. And so she was like, okay, this is it. This is what we're doing, and I need to be ready to let go of certain things, because at the end of the day, like, even if I really have a less desire to do those habits or, those thought patterns or whatever, I can still choose to do them and further delay myself. But now that I have, I have more confidence, and the moon is assisting me, and, all these things, I have a stronger willpower. And so this visualization, she essentially was, we were having a two-way conversation with what I wanted and but that she was going to support me in getting there. And and I'm thinking, even like, maybe the next supermoon in my Pisces, Aries, whatever, maybe I will be in that scene. I don't know. And it's a matter of being okay with not knowing, but knowing that will happen, because I've done these sorts of things before, and it actually does happen exactly how I visualize it. And it's really as soon as I let go of getting there and really trust the magic that I've done and the spell work that I've done and the rituals that I've done that get me there. So yeah, I wanted to explain, because I feel like when you're doing this sort of work, especially if you're new, you can kind of be like, oh, like, well, is that really going to do anything, or what's the point, or how does it actually work? And it's a lot of you being an active part of it, and really deciding, like, in your third eye, visualizing what you want to do, where you want to go, who you want to be, and then also trusting that she can do it, and really letting go of the how, and assisting with getting your cells, your nervous system on board as well.